Broadcasting live from the Jersey Shore, it's Coach Kev on the Damage 365 Radio Network.
You're now listening to the Alumni Clubhouse Report, brought to you by the Alumni Coed Softball League, LLC, and the Damage 365 Radio Network. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Alumni Coed Clubhouse Report. This is show number 7, and this is going to be the first show recapping the playoffs, as round number 1 of the postseason is in the books. And what a great round number 1 it was for not only the winning parties, just the games in general. Well played games, tight games, close games, a very good around the horn display by the 4 teams this past Saturday, July 19th, 2014. So we will have a great show. We have game scores, highlights of round number 1. We will have the schedule for round number 2 for next week of who's playing who and where. We'll have a special guest calling in. One of the coaches from Damage Athletics will be giving us a call in today. And also, we'll give you all the information that you will need if you'd like to register your team for the Fall League, which will be coming up in September. Also, the information for everybody out there sending All-Stars to the All-Star Game or the Home Run Derby. We'll have all that information. So let's sit back and relax and enjoy the show, because right now, let's give you round number 1 of the playoffs.
Let's go to the videotape.
And with that said, it was Pepper Jack Grill defeating Rabs Country Lanes 8-4 in game number 1. And in game number 2, Pepper Jack Grill defeated Rabs Country Lanes 5-3 to go on and sweep and clinched the next round of the playoffs. In those games, we saw Brian Corella combine to go 4 for 6 with 2 runs batted in. Dan Gilby, 3 for 6 with 2 runs batted in. Nick Perugini was 3 for 6 with 3 runs batted in. Picking up the wins on the mound for Pepper Jack Grill in game number 1 was Danny Modica. In game number 2, it was Amy Janicki. So good job to Rob Janicki, the manager of Pepper Jack Grill, and our guest last week on the Clubhouse Report, for taking his team to the next round of the playoffs, while they'll match up against TriStar Mortgage, who had to bye. For Rabs Country Lanes, their final week of the 2004 season, they saw Nick Ponte contribute with a home run in game number 2 and a great offensive performance by Matt Nobarini. Great defense that was sent to us by manager Erica Cavanaugh. She wanted to make sure that a great defensive game by Rose Cardona. And we want to wish Rabs Country Lanes good luck in the off season, and we definitely welcome you back for next season. And hopefully up and down the board, they had a great first half of the season. They struggled down the stretch, made the playoffs, but they did have 2 good playoff games. I mean, they only lost these games by 4 runs or less, so they hung in there. So, as a manager, you evaluate your team. You look to see what pieces you need to be filled. It's like an ongoing puzzle that is always a piece or two missing. And once you're able to find that last puzzle piece, that's when you can put it all together. And you know what? It's not easy. So we wish Erica Cavanaugh and Rabs Country Lanes a good off season. We'll definitely see you back next year or in the fall if they are playing in the fall. So we'll see where that goes. And the other half of the games, there was Damage Athletics taking on James Verruccio's Ballbusters. And wow, what an exciting doubleheader this was. James Verruccio's Ballbusters, they were down early in game number 1, but they made a storming comeback late in the game, especially in the 7th inning. But Damage Athletics held on for a 9-6 win in game 1. James Verrucchio pulled a switch. They jumped out to a 10-3 lead after 3 innings. And Damage Athletics did a pitching change after the 4th inning, chipped away, and they stole game number 2, 12-11, and moved on to the next round where they'll face the Furials. James Verrucchio goes home, but not without great hitting performances by Eric Deeney. He was 6 for 9 with a double, a home run, and he drove home 7 in that doubleheader. Mary Jo Morgello, she had 2 hits and scored twice in game 2. Vinny Ventrone, he had 3 hits, a triple, and a run batted in the doubleheader. For Damage Athletics, a good performance. John Torrey in the 2 games was 7 for 10, a double and 2 RBIs and 2 diving plays in the outfield. Kevin Nestor was 4 for 7 with a double, 2 walks, and 3 runs batted in, including walking with the bases loaded that tied the game at 11 in game number 2, and that came in the 6th inning. Marisol Paulino had 2 hits, 3 walks. She drove home 2, as Stephanie Allen had 2 hits and 2 runs batted in for the offense. Keith Gilner, he had 2 wins in this series. He picked up the win in game number 1 as the starter, and he picked up the win in relief coming in the 5th inning. In game number 2, he allowed only 1 run over the last 2 innings and picked up the victory. So good job to Keith Gilner, and good job to Damage Athletics, who advances to the next round. Again, we wish James Verrucchio's Ballbusters good luck in the fall. I know they're playing in the fall, so good luck in the fall and good luck next season. And definitely love playing James Verrucchio's Ballbusters. They are a very competitive team, and they're all up and down the roster. They're all good people. Moving on to the schedule that will take place for next week. It will be Damage Athletics taking on the number 1 seed, the Furials. 8:30, 10 o'clock, and 11:30 if necessary at Egbert Field. Again, that's Damage Athletics taking on the Furials. 8:30, 10, 11:30 if necessary at Egbert Field. In the other bracket, it will be Pepper Jack Grill taking on TriStar Mortgage at 8:30, 10, 11:30 if necessary at South Beach number 5. Again, that's Pepper Jack Grill taking on TriStar Mortgage. One of these days I'll get it right every day. 8:30, 10, 11:30 if necessary. They will take on each other at South Beach number 5. That's the large parking lot field just off Father Cabanano and Hunter Avenue. And that's going to be, these 2 games are definitely going to be a great matchup. The Furials, the number 1 seed, TriStar, the number 2 seed, and let's see, Pepper Jack Grill, they were the number 3 seed, while Damage Athletics was the number 5 seed. So number 5 taking on number 1, and number 2 taking on number 3. So we'll see what happens. If you're looking, though, to enter a team in the fall, or you need to know where you're sending your All-Star information, stay tuned. We'll have all the information, as right now we're going to go to a commercial break. And on the flip side, we'll be back with our caller and information for the fall season and the Home Run Derby.
Esposito's Pizza and Pasta. Over a decade of excellent dining experience. Dine in, take out, or free delivery. We feature over 25 different types of pizza pies, and also will create anything you want. Our sauces are made fresh daily and use only the freshest ingredients. We also have good old-fashioned style entrees, cooked like your mom used to make. From wraps, calzones, rolls, and pasta specials galore to calamari and soups, all in a cozy atmosphere. Call today or stop on in.
First offering, just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed. Ball 4. Ball 8. Low, and Vaughn has walked the bases loaded on 12 straight pitches. Boy, how can these guys lay off pitches that close?
Hey, Evelyn, can I ask you a question? You got a moment? Which team do you play for?
Well, I'm a peach.
Well, I was just wondering, because I couldn't figure out why you would throw home when we've got a 2-run lead. You let the tying run get on second, and we lost the lead because of you. Now you start using your head. That's that lump that's 3 feet above your ass. Are you crying?
No.
Are you crying? Are you crying? There's no crying.
Yep.
There's no crying in base.
Man, that ball got out of here in a hurry. You know, anything travels that far, ought to have a damn stewardess on it, don't you think?
You lollygag the ball around the end. You lollygag your way down to first. You lollygag in and out of the dugout. Do you know what that makes you, Larry?
Lollygaggers.
Lollygaggers.
Welcome back, everybody. And with us at this time, damaged outfielder Lou Buffuto joins us. Welcome to the Clubhouse Report, Lou.
Thank you, Kevin. Thanks for having me on.
Okay, we had some exciting games. We just did the recap, and you were part of 2 very, very intriguing, exciting games. Damage, who jumped out to a big lead in Game 1 and held on for dear life, 9-6. And then kind of a role reversal in Game 2. James Verrucchio jumped out to a 10-3 lead after 3 innings. Coach Nasta went to a pitching change after the 4th inning. Damage stormed back and stole the game 12-11. With tensions running high in the dugout, what was going on? What was the feeling?
Well, everyone knew no one really wanted to play the 3rd game, so we came around and I don't know, some kind of inspiration showed up, and we started chipping away. The offense started working. Defense was doing great in defense at the end, and it was just inspiration.
If you go to the pitching line, I mean, pitching lines don't say everything. Luis Soto started the game. He was victimized early by bad defense. He allowed 10 runs in the first 3 innings, and I know that Coach Nasta went over to him and basically said, give me another inning or so, minimize the damage. He was going to bring in Keith out of the bullpen and see if we can chip away, and it kind of seemed that's exactly what happened. Is Luis Soto held James Verrucchio runless for the next 2 innings until Keith got in there, and boom, all of a sudden it was a chip away here and 5 runs here, 6, 7, and before you know it, a bases loaded walk in the 6th inning ties the game. Another hit here, and the Damage took the lead, and a pretty much quiet 7th inning, and Damage held on for the 12-11 win. You were right in the middle of that. You had a clutch hit in the 5th inning with 2 outs and runners on 2nd and 3rd that kept the momentum going. What was your thought process in the batter's box, knowing that you're in a spot where it's 2nd and 3rd, and you got the top of the order right behind you?
Well, what I'm just thinking is let's chip away. Every run counts. If a base hit hopefully scores 2. That's all. Because I know we got the speed on the bases. Because I know I could, if I hit on the ground, I could most likely beat that ground out. But you know what? Anything happens. And I was very happy with my hitting performance, and I'm very happy with the team, how they performed also.
Yeah, I mean, you drove a base hit to left center field, scored both runs, and the team wasn't done. The top of the order continued to pile on runs with 2 outs, which was pretty amazing. The team scored 9 runs total with 2 outs in 2 different innings, and I mean that propelled them obviously to the 12-11 victory. I mean, it was just, it went from it just felt like James Verrucchio had all the momentum going into Game 2. They just came back. They were down 9-1. They scored 5 runs in the 7th inning to make it a 9-6 game. They had the tying runs on base, and they had all that momentum in the world to carry that right into Game 2, and they did. And they jumped out to 10-3 after 3 innings, but it just seemed like Damage was not. There was no quit. There was still a positive feeling. I did see that there was a meeting, kind of a team huddle between games What was some of the things that were going through that meeting to keep the focus of